hate Discord.
How much do you hate Discord, Gavin?
So much that I keep logging in because there's stuff there I have to see.
The only thing I'm part of on Discord now is the Average Guy TV Discord, which I do not pay attention to.
I don't pay attention to that, but I pay attention to my IPTV boss where they update their apps. And then there's a couple Home Assistant Discords I pay attention on.
That way when they're like, oh, we got arrested, switch to the server.
Yeah. No, they develop software that parses IPTV
Channel we
for you. They don't do anything illegal. Yeah, Seth, you suck.
We.
You had one job.
Oh well. I saw I hit enter and it was like, "Are you sure you want to do this?" And I must have hit enter again, which it
fuck yeah, I do.
Yeah. Like, whoops. Oh well.
What are you asking me?
We're live.
We.
All
right.
We.
Yes.
Yes. Oh, let me get the chat popped out.
I didn't classify our.
We're declassified.
Canceled.
Gavin's
comments.
Yeah. Pop out chat.
Yeah, we pretty much determined this week we can't have a pre-show thing because it's not good. Can't do that.
Don't blame me. I'm the Canadian. I'm the nicest person here.
Yeah, that's what you want us to believe.
Yeah,
I would never say something insulting.
Now that we're co-hosts with you, we know the true Gavin.
Whatever. I'm Canadian. I'm sorry.
Let's see.
That worked in the past.
You can't stay mad at a Canadian.
Not with that attitude.
Exactly. I'm sorry. I'll change it.
Sorry.
We're like your little brother.
What you mean? I'm still mad about not being able to find Tim Hortons coffee in that e-terminal, but whatever.
Yeah, I already got them to correct the maps. Next time, I've already organized for an escort. Next time you show up
good.
at the airport.
That'd be great.
Being upset about not having Tim Hortons coffee is like being upset about not having McDonald's coffee. So,
I mean, McDonald's coffee is not terrible.
I mean, it's half the price up here.
It's not good though.
It's half the price. I mean, half the taste, half the price. Tim Hortons coffee is now like $2.10.
Oh my gosh!
I know,
missing out.
Like Starbucks is $5, but this is just ridiculous.
Dang. Actually, I had a Starbucks drink this morning. It was like a peppermint mocha. It was really good.
I had one last year, and I still have to pay back that loan.
You have spending problems, Gavin.
I'm not
Starbucks coffee.
You shouldn't have bought that reusable cup for $50.
$50.
I know. They got me into subscription service somehow too.
Ooh, gold spec.
Just keeps getting more reusable cups. So free reusable cup every month.
I'm the guy that's in there. Can I get a large coffee? And everyone looks at me weird, and I'm just like, yeah, large. You know, like,
yeah. I pretty much always just say the size, and I'm like, whatever.
Yeah, I was like, what?
If you're that worried about it, you don't have a life anyway. So
venti.
Give me the largest one you got. Stat.
Yep.
Need coffee.
Yep.
All right. Are we ready to record?
I've been
recording for like 40 minutes now.
Oh, great.
Oh crap! Oh no, that's your side. So you didn't get all my comments.
That's what you think. I installed a virus on your computer.
Evidence. I'm safer than Trump.
Yeah. You know, probably true in the grand scheme of things. Probably true.
Yeah.
Locker room chat. That's what this was.
I'm out.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I wasn't here for that.
I was not part of that.
I
don't even know who you are.
This chair is really ugly. I wouldn't pay $50 for this. Twitter needs to get better furniture.
I think that's why they're selling it, Gavin. Or Seth.
Well, they're selling it because they shut down all these offices, but
because they don't have any money. But
yeah,
if we can get $30 for this chair, that'll pay for 0.5 seconds of service.
I'm gonna bid on this front end developer that's up on there.
Yeah, it's crazy. Well, you can give a little piece of history here. Some of these chairs are okay, but they're just regular chairs.
Here's a Reddit thread for you, Seth. Mowing your lawn is an exclusively middle class chore. Neither the poor or the rich have to do it.
Well, neither does Seth now.
Yeah, exactly. Cha-ching. Little
Have you cut out all manual lawn cutting at this
I
point?
still have to go out and trim around the edges.
Yeah, it's still poor then. That's all right.
Yeah.
I think Clippy's out doing his job right now.
Oh,
Let's
yeah?
Should
see.
be.
Yeah, he's on standby. I don't know what he's up to.
What the hell?
He doesn't
Hey,
work when
I
you're
just
not
found
looking.
a ton of TVs in here from in the office supplies category, which doesn't make any sense to me.
It's a lot, isn't it? On stands
Yeah.
too.
On stands, yeah.
Well, look, if you buy something, Gavin or Seth, I don't know why I keep getting you mixed up, but if you buy something, Seth, we'll fly out to California and get it. You know?
Yeah,
I'll meet you out there.
I think one of these portable stand desks.
I'll pick up my Twitter statue at the same time. Maybe my at flower statue too.
Flower, yeah, the dead flowers in it. It's really classy.
It probably cost $10 million when they originally made it.
Well, I mean, it cost somebody $10 million, but it's selling for $15, $18.
Well, it's because bidding hasn't opened yet.
Yeah.
And if you're watching this part of the show, we're looking at auctions of Twitter stuff.
There'll be more. There'll be more. All right.
Oh, they're auctioning off blue check marks. Nobody's allowed to use them anymore.
If you buy it during the auction, you don't have to pay the extra 50% for the licensing. App Store cost.
Spam. I get spam texts now. What the hell?
Yeah, it's getting pretty popular.
They
Pissing
were
me
like,
off.
they were going to look into it, and they were like, this is complicated.
That would require money, and we just don't have that.
Technology.
All our money goes to the military. Sorry.
Yeah. In fact,
the military can't solve this. So
they were like, we only want this much. And they're like, how about $47 billion more? And we're like, yeah, okay. We'll take that. It's crazy.
Is that all you have?
They're like, but student loans, can't do that. But 47, we just came up with it. I don't know how. We just
Pick up a week.
Well, and that's what's hilarious about the whole student loan thing too, is like the people that sued to block the student loan thing got Paycheck Protection Program funds.
Oh yeah.
So should I be able to sue because I didn't get any of those?
Well, I mean, yeah, you could. I mean, you could sue for anything. That's what
that's true.
I've been learning. Certified zip tie technician. I've seen those. Those are pretty good. All right, let's record this show. Well, I guess we are started to record a show. We're just wasting time that I'm gonna have to edit out. Bleep. Content warning on this one.
All right, let me mute my Mastodon. My
Let's go ahead and just mute Gavin before we get canceled.
No one's gonna cancel us.
We're incancelable. We have our own social network. You can't cancel us.
Haha.
Check and mate.
You just did what's his name was trying. Elon was trying to do. Buy your own social media network.
I did it for
like no money.
Nothing. Yeah.
You can say that on the show. You know.
There you go.
We own you now.
All right, let's go into everybody's recording. I guess you probably been recording for an hour and a half.
Turn off speaker.
Recording for 45 minutes so far.
There we go.
Alexa, play the Home Tech podcast.
I'm gonna put that in at the very beginning of the show.
All right. Yeah, actually, there you go. Or at the end, so it just continues on.
All right. This is the Home Tech Podcast for Friday, December 16th. I can't read that date. All right.
69.
16th. All right.
Someday.
This is the Home Tech Podcast for Friday, December 16th from Sarasota, Florida. I'm Seth Johnson.
From Powell, Ohio, I'm TJ Huddleston.
And from Pickering, Ontario, I'm Gavin Campbell.
And welcome to the Home Tech Podcast. Hold on. home automation. I can't talk tonight. I guess it's too late. We're very late tonight.
Brain shut down.
I'm done. I did nothing but like yard work all day, so I'm just I'm dead. I did power washing, yard work. It was gross. I'm done.
It's that time of year. Everybody needs everything done at the last second. And then you realize that you have so many things to do in the last second.
Oh, people are coming to my house. I mean, I have to clean it up. Oh, jeez. Yeah, it's ridiculous. So, happy holidays, everybody.
Happy holidays, sir.
We're not going to see you. We're probably not going to see. We're not going to be back next week. Next week's a bye week, but we do have a show that we'll play. That was the what's it called? The Fireside Chat. So we're going to play that. It was a lot of fun. And it'll probably show up in a number of other feeds as well. But that's what happens this time of year. And then I'm pretty unsure unless something major happens, we won't have a show the week after. So yeah, this is the last show maybe for this year, right, guys? I think so.
The last news show, at least, right? I mean, like I said, we have the Fireside Chat that's probably going to come out next week, but we're not going to be back until 2023. I'll be traveling, the week after Christmas. I'll be in Florida still. And, everybody's kind of recovering from Christmas. So I don't think anybody really wants to hear us talk. And to be honest, there's probably not going to be any news released the week of Christmas. So
no. You usually got to wait till the CES. And then there's something that comes out about, something to talk about at least. The dreams and equipment that you'll never see in real life will be at CES. So that'll be fun. And we do have two headlines this week, though. two stories.
Not as many as last week, huh? I mean, I wasn't here for last week, but I heard the show. Didn't sound like there was much.
No, there wasn't.
It's amazing after Matter comes out, there's like nothing to talk about.
I know, it's like Matter's here, and
weird.
It's like, guess not. Maybe not. Don't know. Anyway, what do you say we jump into these two home tech headlines?
Let's do it.
Yay! All right. So the first, speaking of Matter, the first Matter compatible devices are finally here, starting today. And, actually today as we're recording, December 12th, Eve Systems is beginning to roll out a firmware update to its Thread-enabled Eve Energy Smart Plug, Eve door and wireless window contact sensor, and the Eve motion sensor. I guess got to put that double word in there. And that'll upgrade them to Matter. The Matter update to Eve device is currently optional because once you update, you can't migrate back. It's a one-way go. You'll need an iOS device or iPad, iPhone or iPad device, and it needs to be on at least software version 16.2 to kick off that update. But once it's on the Matter network, it can be controlled by an Android phone using SmartThings or Amazon Alexa or Google Home, all that good stuff. Apple is expected to release an iOS and iPad 16.2 before the end of the year here. So Eve is working on an Android app, which it says will arrive sometime in the first half of 2023. Good news for Apple home users, at least, is that Eve devices are not going to use their functionality when you upgrade them to Matter. So this is kind of interesting. Despite a few things not being supported by Matter, somehow Apple has worked with Eve and kind of put a little backdoor in for them. So things like energy monitoring and child lock, autonomous schedules, advanced automations, all that good stuff will remain on the Eve stuff. It will remain available, but it's going to be HomeKit only. Gavin, you said they were going to mess this up. Is this how they're going to mess this up?
This is what I was waiting on. From the time they announced this, I'm like, there's going to be something in here. The companies have to find a way to distinguish themselves from each other, right? And I was like, they're going to mess this up, make it more confusing somehow. And I think this is how they're going to do it. So you're going to have this Matter compatible device, and the basic functions, I guess the on-off feature, will work with everything, and that's nice. But then the advanced features, some will work here, some may work here. Who knows how this is just the first device. So I don't know over time what's going to happen, as we get more into this, how our device is going to, are they going to do this for every ecosystem now? You develop a device and now you have to develop these extra features to work on everything. I thought Matter was supposed to make this all easier. I don't know. We'll see. I'd love to talk to somebody making a device that has to deal with all this type of stuff, and see what their views on, what it's like.
DJ.
Yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting once I actually get my Matter USB hub. But I think until then, I'm kind of just waiting it out to see what everybody else does. I just got notification that I think you ordered the same thing, Kevin, the Home Assistant Sky Connect
Yes.
USB hub.
Yeah.
I was part of the original orders, and so it looks like I should have mine, I would think, within the next month. And at that point, I'll probably start looking at Matter devices. So it's good to see that Eve is updating some of these devices, and maybe that'll be one of the first ones I use. But pretty much right in line with what we thought of Matter at this point, right? Nothing's really a surprise.
So are we going to get like devices now that are like, we're Matter compatible, but more compatible with HomeKit, or,
That's what it sounds like.
Yeah, and it's just going to be more confusing. It's going to, you're going to look at a device and you go, well, I get these features with HomeKit and this, The one nice thing about Matter is, when you add it to the whole Matter ecosystem, it works with, you can have it added to each ecosystem at the same time. So you don't have to, remove it from one to add it to the other. So, you can play in the different ones, but this is just going to be confusing. I think over time, somebody's going to spin up a database, what does this Matter device work with, or, and you're going to look it up, and it's just another, level of confusion. I'm not
another
happy
database.
about. Yeah.
We already have the button database, and now we're going to need, no, we're not doing any more databases.
We're going to have the Matter database.
Yeah. The Matter DB.
Does it matter?
Willitmatter.com.
Yeah.
That's a willitmatter.db.com. Yeah, something like that. So, yeah, I don't know. Matter is easier in the respect that it's good for setting the device up and getting it on some network, but I don't think we have to worry too much. Like, I'm looking at this going, okay, you upgrade this device and now you get to use it on all these other ecosystems it didn't work on before. That's a big check. And then all of the like fine grain stuff works with Apple because they have some way of getting those numbers in there. And if you're on that ecosystem, like, it works best with the Apple HomeKit ecosystem. They could put that little sticker on there. It works best with Apple. But for the most part, if you just need the thing to turn on and off, you can still use the Google Assistant or the Echoes and yell at them, right?
I think what'll happen is that basically what happens now is they say works with whatever platform, and they'll probably keep that. It'll still have Matter in there, so you can kind of use it with whatever you want. But they're still going to retain the works with and pick one or two platforms that it works best with, and that's kind of what you use.
Well, I'm just trying to think of like Google and how the Alexa platforms work. Like, they're not similar on the back end of what programmers have access to. They're somewhat similar, but not very similar. Each company had their own way of taking and ingesting that data that was coming from devices and sensors and implementing control over them and that kind of thing. So at least with the HomeKit stuff, it's a local device. It's reporting to basically another local device running, a HomeKit database and saving all of that information. It kind of, and there's, if you look at the HomeKit app, like the HomeKit app doesn't have everything that HomeKit does in it. You have to get like third-party apps that can drill down and get this data and information that exist. There's so much that devices can publish to HomeKit, just as like, energy monitoring and that kind of thing. Like, those are extra things they've always been able to publish into HomeKit for developers and these third-party devices to bring in. Or I think you could even use some of that stuff off shortcuts, but it's not been something that surfaces completely on the home app itself. Like, that interface is kind of dumbed down for all of the data that these devices could actually report into HomeKit. So I don't know. I'm kind of thinking, like, at the same time, it really doesn't matter too much that this is happening, because you wouldn't be able to take advantage of that stuff anyway on the other platforms.
Yeah, I mean, I would agree with that. And that's, like I said, that's pretty much what we thought this whole time, is that when you go to more advanced stuff or you want to do more complex things, you're going to have to use whatever originally came with it. A lot of these platforms are not going to support the advanced features. They don't right now. There's not an incentive for manufacturers to make that as part of it. So it's just not going to happen.
Yeah. I'm not thinking this is an advanced feature. Like, this is something that the device currently does, right? It works currently on HomeKit. They're not making that go away. In fact, when you upgrade to Matter, that stuff still exists because the HomeKit platforms always supported it. What we'd be rooting for is if Amazon and Google implement something like the HomeKit has, or maybe, Home Assistant or something probably does, because that's what they do. They're going to implement all that data collection, and maybe just because that device is putting off those variables and everything that Amazon and Google ignore or just don't surface, these other platforms will be able to get a hold of that data because it's on the Matter network and bring it in to their systems. And then it's a race across the platform. So like, oh yeah, we surface all of the data for all your product, and you can get in there and automate and do everything you want off these sensors. That's awesome. That'd be great. I'm hoping that's what we see here, and not so much like they're not, it doesn't seem to me like they're trying to silo this product to HomeKit or whatever. Like, Eve has traditionally just been a HomeKit product. Like, it hasn't been, to my knowledge. Do you know if they've worked with other things like Amazon Alexa and Google Home? I don't know. I've only ever used them on HomeKit.
I'm not very familiar with them. I'm not sure if they did work. I've always heard of them with HomeKit.
Yeah.
Let's look that up.
Yeah. Anyway, I don't get the feeling that they're trying to silo it and leave all the best stuff to Apple. I just think Apple supported that stuff from the beginning, and it at least surfaced it to the developer. And in this case, with HomeKit, the way it's structured and developed, other developers have been able to surface those variables for you. So interesting stuff. But let's move on here to the next one. New product, yay!
Ooh.
This is not going to make it into my house.
Did you want taller Sonos speakers? Well, you're in luck.
we IKEA and Sonos have got you covered. Wait, one automated. Oh, so Jimmy in the chat here saying Eve worked only with HomeKit historically, and this is why they don't have the Android app. Yep, good point. That's what I thought. It was a HomeKit centric product. So they're kind of staying in their domain and everything, and hopefully we'll see those variables and stuff leaked out through the other platforms as well, and made available somehow. I don't know how you'd even do that and like program off that stuff in the other ones, but Home Assistant would probably be a good first go at it, I would think. Let's see. So back to our tall speakers with the globe thing on top. IKEA and Sonos have started collaborating back in 2019 with the original Symphonist table lamp, and now they've just put some legs on it and made it taller. There's a new Symphonist floor lamp speaker that is designed to sit elevated for surround speakers, basically. I guess you don't technically have to use it for just surround speakers, but I think everybody that I've seen looks at this and says, oh, that makes sense for surround speakers. You put these floor lamps on the floor next to the couch, and now you have an elevated Symphonist speaker lamp thing next to your couch at ear level. It's pretty good. It's still pretty ugly, but still pretty good. The table lamp will launch on IKEA in January 2023. It's priced at $259 in the US. TJ, you gonna grab a couple of these? Set up a surround sound or two?
You know, honestly, if I didn't already buy the Sonos ones with stands, I would probably buy these, because if you live in an apartment, for some reason, they don't put lights in like any of the rooms, minus like the kitchen and the bathroom and the hallway, but you can't have them in your bedroom or your second bedroom because that makes too much sense. But I mean, by the time I bought the Sonos one for $219, and then I bought the stand for, I think it was like $50 each or something like that. Mm-hmm. You know, I'm already basically at the cost of this, and it would come all in one. So this is appealing for a surround sound system, and if you need lights. I mean, I don't think it's the most attractive thing in the world, but I think there's also uglier things like their bookshelf speaker that they have. So
the bookshelf speaker works.
Yeah, but it's ugly as sin.
It's just a flat shelf.
Yeah, but like it looks cheap. I mean, and granted, it's like $120, so it is cheap.
Yeah.
But I mean, it looks cheap. So this one, I mean, this looks like something you could put in somebody's house, and they probably wouldn't hate you for it.
Mine's actually on a bookshelf, so you don't really all you see is the grill, really. So
Even better.
yeah, I hide the cheapness.
Wait,
It's IKEA.
you put a bookshelf on a bookshelf, or you put a Sonos?
I put the speaker on a bookshelf, and I have
Oh,
books
okay.
leaning up against it. So
Gotcha.
Good idea.
yeah, looks
It's
good.
a bookend speaker.
For the price you pay for those, like I don't really complain because it gets you into the whole Sonos ecosystem for cheap. So I'm kind of happy with it. But TJ, I gotta teach you how to shop for deals because the prices you're throwing out there for your Sonos ones and stuff. Man, I found those for cheap when I bought mine.
Well, that's just MSRP, Gavin. I don't want to.
Yeah.
I don't want to give away dealer prices. So.
Oh, okay.
No,
okay.
well, he basically
It's more
stole them from
expensive
some old
through dealer.
lady. Yeah.
Yeah, I either get dealer pricing or I have a ton of Sonos coupons for 15 to 30% off. So I'm not paying full price for Sonos. Don't you worry.
Okay.
All right. Well, an interesting product. I still don't like the look of it too much. I don't like the look of it at
I don't
all.
blame you.
Yeah.
It doesn't. I mean, we have IKEA furniture. It doesn't. I don't think that would fit. It would not fit. It would not make it past the design committee at the house. I can tell you that. It's.
I never liked the look of their lamps in the first place. So I mean, this just puts the look of their lamp at eye level now, and
yeah, it's like
now I can't avoid it. It's right there.
It's hard to believe that you have a design committee though, Seth.
Oh, there's one here. Yes, absolutely. Not in my garage. I mean,
Yeah.
that's all me. All right. Well, all the links and topics we discussed tonight can be found in our show notes over at HomeTech.fm/416. Nothing in the mailbag this week. Really nothing for the pick of the week either, but we would like to promote for our pick of the week, HomeTech.social. If you're not on there, go check it out. It's a Mastodon instance, I guess, which is what all the cool kids are leaving Twitter for. And yeah, if you go on it and sign up, you'll have a Mastodon account. And yeah, we're happy with it, I guess. I actually get a lot of information off of there that is more relevant than what I would see on Twitter. Although a lot of the things I see people complaining about Twitter, I never actually got because like ads.
I don't use their Twitter. I was always using Tweetbot. But the thing I don't like about Tweetbot, their push notifications just suck. So I mean, I can't win, but at least I don't see ads.
Yeah, I've never seen ads on Twitter. I didn't even know it was a thing. And then there's the thing where people put a ton of hashtags or something, like 5 or 6 hashtags. I always like filtered those out with Tweetbot, so I never saw any of that garbage. So like, yeah, HomeTech.social. It's a lot more calmer, and there's because it's a smaller, admittedly smaller social network, but already had somebody reach out and say, hey, by the way, I noticed that you said that your server crashes and you can't get the logs off of it when it crashes. You should push those out with a syslog server. I'm like, yeah, I should. So, but I've got to figure out how to set that up. And it was one of those things.
There's a Docker probably for it.
I'm sure there is. If it was easy for me to like just double click an icon on the Mac and just have it running and set up, I would do it. But I'm being extremely lazy, and it hadn't crashed in a week. So
Seth does not need anything running on his Unraid server.
No. This would be running on another server to monitor the you gotta have something to monitor the Unraid server. Yeah. So
when in doubt, double down.
So it's been up for a week now.
Yeah, it's been up since we used it last. So yeah, about a week.
Wow.
I haven't rebooted it.
Longer than my Home Assistant setup. Wow.
We're about to get to that, but HomeTech.social, everybody check that out. It's a good thing, and I would like to thank Matt for pointing me in the direction of the syslog. I've been thinking about doing that. I just haven't been able to nail down exactly how to do that. So
that's all right. You'll have a couple weeks off coming up here soon.
Yeah, I might be able to do some. No. You weeks off? Have you? I mean, do you know what coming up? Like, no, there's no time off.
Well, no, I'm at weeks off for like we're not gonna make you do anything, but you'll probably still have family obligations.
Yeah.
It's not like you cut the lawn anymore.
Yeah, I mean, you should have a lot of free time.
I know.
I'm out there just no. I mean, you have to go out there and watch him cut the lawn. Though.
The
So,
poor,
like, it
the
just
poor
takes as
family.
long.
It's like Seth never pays attention to us anymore since we got this robot lawnmower.
He stands outside with a beer in his hand, watching this thing roll around his yard.
Just roll around.
And then the neighbors come out and stand next to him with beers in their hand. And next thing you know, there's 4 of them standing there watching this thing go around.
That's kind of happened already, but yeah.
Daughter's like, "Can you come to my event?" And you're like, "Heck no, I'm watching the lawnmower."
Yeah.
Lawnmower. It's very important. Don't want him to fall into.
You're gonna do that again. Don't worry.
Don't want him to fall into the creek.
More
All right.
wars.
Poor Clippy. All right, but anyway, HomeTech.social. Please check it out. If you're looking for a more calm, sane social network than what was over at Twitter, I think we're gonna have some fun over there with it. And HomeTech can be, home automation centric, and we can talk about all that good stuff over there. So yeah,
I think the only thing missing at this point is Annoyed Richard, and it doesn't sound like Annoyed
He's
Richard
there.
is going to make
Oh,
it
well,
over.
no. I mean,
it's all the same at this point, and
I
it's just not the same.
I think he probably needs an entire Mastodon instance for his own personality.
Annoyed.social.
I say we help him.
There were
Annoyed
many.
Richard was the best part of Twitter.
There were many Richards that were on there. Yeah, it's quite interesting. All right, but if you have any feedback, questions, comments, picks of the week, or great ideas for a show, give us a shout. The email address is feedback@hometech.fm, or you can visit hometech.fm/feedback and fill out the online form. All right, project update time. My project this last weekend was digging my yard up because I decided to do that, and then I broke 2 screens, and now I've got to rescreen part of my porch. So nothing to do with home technology.
You're digging up the yard. The fiber people are digging up your yard. I mean, now's the time to dig up the yard, I guess.
Yeah, I did. I saw a guy out there looking like he was doing something. He was kind of like he had a phone.
Government worker.
Well, he had a phone thing, and he was walking around he'd opened it up, and I think he was just checking off the work. And I went out to talk to him, and he's like, "I know English," and I was like, "All right." So, but then he grabbed the Google Translate app, and we had a conversation. And they're supposed to be all completed by December 23rd.
Ooh,
blown away. Yeah. So
that's impressive, even with the hurricane,
Yeah.
I thought pushed off like years. I'm sorry.
I'm hoping that we can get cranked up towards the beginning of the year. That'd be great. I'm not going to have time to even think about it, but if January rolls around and I'll be knocking on their door. They don't even have to knock on mine. Honestly, if they come to my door, I'll be like, I was already signed up 3 months ago. So let's get this rolling. But yeah, fiber's coming in. I'm excited about it. Maybe my bandwidth for this show will be a little bit better. So anyway, Gavin, I know that you have some updates. Last week you were in love with Home Assistant. So this is an even week, so you're going to be mad. Go.
Honeymoon's over now.
Honeymoon's over. So I ended off last week in an argument with my Home Assistant instance.
You were sleeping on the couch.
Yeah,
took the kids away.
They pushed an update and I installed it. And Friday we were just fighting. She was like, "Why did you update me? I was fine how I was." And I was like, "But I wanted the shiny new stuff." And
always trying to improve me.
Yeah. So they pushed an update, the new 2022.12 right update, and I installed it, and everything was going going great for a while, and then it started crashing on me. Right, it started randomly crashing, and that went through pretty much the weekend. So the only way I could get through that was I set up an automation that when I saw the memory was spiking, so when it spiked to 80, just auto reboot the server, brought it back down. At least it kept things running until they figured it out. So a bug report was opened up on GitHub, and then by Monday they fixed it. They released .3. It was fixed. They figured out what it is. They rolled back a library. It had something to do with caching in the video cameras and stuff like that. So now we're back in love again. We made up. I bought her some flowers. And I'm back in love with my Home Assistant setup again. So just playing around with it, tweaking it a bit more. But I guess before I got into Home Assistant, I would see the jokes about people cringing about doing Home Assistant updates. Now I get those jokes. Now I understand what it was that you were joking about, like crossing your fingers. The thing about it, people are like, you don't have to update, but at the same time, I wouldn't wait too long because there's so many things that change in an update that, the further behind you are, the more breaking things will happen when you do your update. So try and keep it up to date anyways. But we're back in love again. So until next week.
Yeah. I mean, it's odd week next week, so you're definitely going to be in love. Something's going to happen. You're going to be like, this is the most amazing thing.
You better pick up a mistletoe. I mean, you don't
I
want
can
any
flush my toilet for my
downtime over Christmas.
Yeah,
No, I'm keeping that thing warm. I talk to her all the time. She's been great. We had some good conversations. Today she showed me dynamic dashboard, so that was
Ooh.
pretty cool. So yeah, like when I'm setting up my dashboard, this is actually kind of cool. When I set up my dashboard, you have all your icons and everything, but then I have it set up so when I turn on my TV, then all the controls for the TV show up on the dashboard. But when the TV's off, all that stuff's hidden. Right. So it kind of like eliminates the clutter when you don't need it. I was like, that's really cool. I don't know where I'm going to take it, but I could see some other, use cases for it. Things like that. It's just so much easier in Home Assistant.
Between you and Seth and all your tech problems, like I don't want to touch anything. My Unraid server works great. I just don't touch it. I don't even look at it. And then my Home Assistant, it works fine, but I update it quite a bit as well. Every time I open the app and I see there's an update, I go ahead and just open it, and update it. But maybe I shouldn't do that anymore.
You give it tough love. You're like the cat person. You're like the one that wants a pet but doesn't want to have to look at it or take care of it. I see you being that. I have a dog. We have to look at that thing all the time. I have to kick it every now and then, make sure it's still alive. But.
Yeah. I think my problem with my Unraid was actually the same problem that Gavin's had, was that I had a bunch of automatic updates on, and I think that was like, I feel like this is kind of like this with this Docker thing that's on here. This is kind of like one of those what do they call them, like Rube Goldberg machines, where like if one's not running, it crashes the other, and I think that's what was happening. Like one would stop running to update, and the other thing that was depending on it would be like, wait a minute, I'm freaking out, something's not there anymore, and it would not update correctly. So I disabled a lot of those, and I can just do those manually, and then like one at a time in the correct order, and they'll probably work a little bit better. So hopefully, and it's been running a week, so knock on wood, it'll probably be dead tomorrow. But yeah,
I always liked Dockers that were self-contained. When it had dependencies on other Dockers, I didn't like that, because some Dockers need a database that's in another Docker. So I try and find a version that somebody made that had everything in one, and then it would work a little better. Something to keep in mind.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, well, I mean, but then you have to go into that Docker to fix the database if something's breaking. I don't know. Like, I guess that's the power of this Docker thing, is that you can package everything up all in one, or you can make them into like individual things, and it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Very cool. Well, I'm installing Home Assistant Docker right now, so.
Oh boy, I apologize, but they fixed the bug, so in the 0.3 release, you should be good to go. Install it. Let's get you up and running, and we'll hear about your love-hate relationship with her. Over the next week.
Oh, it failed.
That's typical.
Invalid tar header. I don't know what that means. Well, we'll try again next week.
If you're going to install it, are you installing it as a Docker?
Yeah, why not?
No, install it as a VM. You need to install it as a VM. As a Docker, you can't install the add-ons. You can't utilize add-ons. They have to be other Dockers. If you install it as a VM, then you can just click install add-on, and it's so much easier. So much. Do it as a VM.
All right.
It's a little harder to set up, but it's worth it.
What should I use? Debian? Should I use Ubuntu? What should I use?
No, they have their own image. You just download.
They have their own image.
You just download the file, configure the Docker, with the memory and stuff, and then boot up to that disk image, and then it goes and does its thing. And then you can pass through your Zigbee or Z-Wave devices to it,
I don't have any of those.
Well, you don't
I
need
mean,
any. You'll just discover your Wi-Fi devices. What's
my
on your
printers.
network?
Yes.
Your
I know about
printers,
my
your
printers.
TVs, your Apple TVs,
Sonos. Yeah.
yeah, your Ratio if you have Ratio, your Ecobee if you have Ecobee, those type of things.
We're gonna get the mower working on this thing. That's the goal. The mower.
All right,
They
There
said
you
no
go.
API, but we're gonna make an API for this mower.
all right. You do some packet captures. I'll start the code.
I
We'll
could
get
have
it going.
Charles proxy set up in no time. We'll have this thing reverse engineered, get those commands and everything. Yeah.
We'll view it on the map so we know where it is as it starts to run up to Canada.
It doesn't. Yeah. Gavin stole my lawnmower.
Yeah,
It's
I'll
like-
return it next season. Don't worry. It's on its way to Canada.
It's a little
Driving up-
custody battle.
It's driving up 75.
Stopping at Tesla charging stations.
That's too good. That's too good. All right. Well, TJ, any projects for you, or are you just like trying to lay low before the holiday?
Man, no, this time of year sucks because I never have any of my own fun projects to do. I have everybody else's projects to do.
Mhm.
So it's all the last minute stuff. Everybody's calling or texting like, "Oh, I got family coming in tomorrow. I need like my whole house redone," or here's this thing we talked about for the last 9 months, but now I need it done before Christmas. So I'm doing all the boring stuff in the background that nobody cares about.
Okay. This
Yeah.
doesn't sound fun at all.
It's not fun. Being a business owner is not fun, especially during the holidays. But
Yeah.
my project will be heading to Florida next week, so I guess that's all right enough. It's Florida, but it's still vacation.
Florida. I mean, yeah. I mean, what, Orlando probably? Is that right?
Yeah, this will be the closest we've been together, Seth, in the past like 3 years. So
There we go.
I'll just drive
take it-
down and surprise you one day.
Yeah, I'll pick the same day and drive up, and we'll miss each other on
Maybe
the
we
road.
can get some Jamaican beef patties and some pawpaws.
Yes.
Some pawpaw patties.
Two things that we just can't get our hands on right now.
Oh man.
And then I'll steal your lawnmower and bring it up to Gavin.
Yeah, right.
Cliffy.
All right, everybody. That's going to wrap up this week. We do want to give a big thank you to everyone who has supported the show using our Patreon page. If you don't know about that, head over to HomeTech.fm/support to learn how you can support HomeTech for as little as $1. Any pledge over $5 a month gets you a big shout out on the show, but every pledge gets you a invite to our private Slack chat, the Hub, where you and other supporters of the show can gather every day. And there's been some interesting conversations in there recently. I think you guys were talking about what was it we were talking about earlier? We were talking about this little standard thing that was kind of going back and forth, but there's some interesting things going on with rants. Azuz, I see, isn't mentioned in here. Greg is maybe using Home Assistant. I don't know. It sounds like, Gavin, I think your influence is basically going to move us all over to Home Assistant. So
yeah,
we're just going to rename the hub the Home Assistant Hub, and that'll probably happen in the future.
If you follow me on Twitter, you'll see my rants about
Twitter. We don't talk about that. We talk about
what is
HomeTech.social.
On HomeTech.social, you'll see my retweets from Twitter.
I've never
where
heard of
I
this
rant
Twitter.
about this
I don't know what that
Home
is.
Assistant stuff, and there's always somebody that likes it or re-shares it, reblogs it, whatever the term the young kids are using now. But and I'm gonna start up my own Annoyed Gavin, and it's gonna be everything Home Assistant that bugs me.
I think
There
it's
you go.
retweet. Isn't that what they say? Retweet? Oh wait.
No, it's
can-
reblog on Mastodon
You can boost it on Mastodon. Boost it.
and
Re-
reblog it.
Woolly mammoth it.
They change it up all the time, but it's kind of easy to figure out. All right. Well, if you want to help out the show but can't support financially, totally understand. Just appreciate a 5-star review in iTunes or a positive rating in the podcast app of your choice. With that wraps up another year of Home Tech news from everyone here. Have a happy holiday, and we'll see you next year.
Take care.
Till next time.
That was horrible. You could just say happy
Yeah.
holidays.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
just happy holidays. Take care.
I was
Happy
gonna say
holidays.
see you next year, but you took that from me. So.
Oh, sorry.
Jeez.
We
Maybe
I'm
next
just
year I'll
kidding.
come up with a
should
saying.
we should like coordinate this. That's funny. Too good.
I'll record an independent podcast next week without you guys, where I just rant on Home Assistant for 45 minutes. Why can't I use the template with this platform?
We just need to come up with a home tech sidelines, and that can be your rant section.
Oh,
I don't know if anybody would pay for that though, but we could try.
No. All my first world problems.
We're just gonna make router hats and sell them.
That's what we should do, honestly. Forget this whole podcast thing. Like,
I'll represent us on Shark Tank.
we could have David
is a
McCabe make us
novel
some stuff
idea.
out of a CNC machine.
I can see Kevin sitting there going, "This is the dumbest idea that I've ever seen on this show. We have $1 million in sale. This is the greatest dumb idea I've ever seen on this show."
Yeah, I don't really trust anything that guy said after he said he's getting his $15 million back from Sam Bankman.
Is it?
Because he invested like $15 million with FTX, and he's like, I'm gonna get my money back. And I was like, I don't think you know how this is gonna work.
That's
I think you're high up on the $10
money's
billion
gone.
debt totem pole there.
Yeah. So I have a question. There's a KVM, a virtual box, and a VM workstation. Which one do I download for Unraid?
Yeah,
Unrated is KVM.
KVM. Okay. Keyboard, video, mouse.
And I can give you a screenshot of like my VM
It's a
settings.
QCal. QCal 2.
What's my home server?
I don't know what's going to happen here.
VMs. Oh, there's an update on my home raid. Unraid.
Update.
Raid. Not now.
update everything.
Wife's watching TV. She'll kill me. How can I capture this? Capture all you.
Nope, it's this one. Downloads. Nope, it's in domains. I put it in domains.
Autoport.
New folder. Home ass. Got it.
Here, I'll give you my VM settings so you can have an idea of.
I'm gonna copy
And paste into.
I guess I'll stop
Download?
recording.
Why?
Sounds-
It's fun.
This is total
bullshit.
fun. You're gonna see me crash an Unraid server in like 20 seconds.
Ooh.
All right, Gavin shared this image.
Oh wait, that was the second one. Where'd the first one go?
What kind of images is Gavin sending you?
It's
Dirty home assistant pictures.
here's the first one.
Look at
sorry.
my ammo.
So what do I do
So,
here?
So you set up a new VM.
Is
and
it a
then
custom VM? I guess it's custom, huh?
Yeah, and then you just I gave you some screenshots as to how mine was set up.
Oh no, it gave me an XML. I don't
Oh,
want
switch
this.
it. Turn off advanced mode. I think it takes you back into the regular.
Add a VM.
Yeah.
No,
Say it's
no.
Linux or something. I don't know.
I'll do Linux.
Yep.
There's many kinds of Linux. Oh, Linux. There we go. This is fun.
Yay.
This I should not put it on CPU. We'll put it on CPUs 14 and 15. How about that?
Sure. I gave mine like 4. Mine 1, 13, 3, and 15.
Oh, well, I don't need mine to run that fast for my printer.
That's true.
Oh, look at all your memory you gave it. Whew.
Oh, that was because of the memory thing, but I can actually downgrade it to like 4 gig or
Just handing out memory.
2
I know.
gig.
I only have like 80 gigs or something in this thing. For some reason, I just ended up with a lot of RAM. I don't know why.
I only have 40 gig in this machine.
Let's just give it all the memory. How about that?
Yeah.
BIOS, enable on boot. Bugga.
Buck up.
Oh, I'm going to call this home ass.
Home ass.
Poo.
Period. There we
So
go.
it shits all over the place.
Description. I'm not writing a description. CPU mode pass through. Is that what you got?
Yeah, host pass through.
Host pass through. Where's the ISO? Oh, there it is. It's gonna, oh man. It didn't download Debian. Something's not right here.
This is why we don't let you touch computers.
Oh, maybe it didn't move where it should have moved. No, I don't think I copied it. You got me.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know. I don't know either. I thought I'd be able to. It goes in the domains directory, right?
It goes in your downloads directory. This is the actual. This isn't an ISO. This is the actual VM drive. So you put it wherever you store your VMs.
I don't know. Well, this doesn't make any sense.
You want it on a fast drive. You don't want it on the cache.
They're all fast. Who cares?
You don't want it on the because you don't want it on the pool. You want it on the cache drive, if anything.
This sounds crazy, but I don't. Where do I point this upgrade? Is it the unraid source path? Is that what I need to fill out?
No, it's the if you look at my
primary
screenshot,
vdisk location.
Yeah, this is the virtual disk.
I messed up. Oh,
you had one job.
So it's going to go in my cache. I feel like my
TJ's like, I want to go home.
You can go, TJ. This is all Gavin.
And yeah.
So what do you got? You got USB. It's just like yours is different than mine because something's
What's different
right
about mine?
I don't know. Something's not right. I'm gonna back out of this.
Why don't you share your screen, Seth?
Go ahead and share it, Seth. We're still live though.
How do I do this? Oh yeah, I probably. Bye everybody.
We actually gained a viewer.
Yeah, we gained a viewer to watch us set up Home Assistant.
All right, fine. Let's do it. We'll do it live. All right, hold on a second. I can share it. Oh, I bet I can't do it because it's Firefox. Let's see. Share a screen. Oh, God. It's so small.
Emmanuel, no.
All right, I am gonna head off.
Live.
All right, TJ. Now
Bye.
we have room to share the screen. Later, TJ.
I did it.
Hey!
All right, what are we looking at here?
I don't know. You had a little screen thing, a custom screen thing, and mine's not.
All right,
custom.
so choose Linux.
This one.
That's like the one. Yeah. Okay. Now name it Home Assistant, whatever you want to name it. Description, host pass through. That's fine. Choose your CPUs.
I said this one and this one.
Yep. Turn
Not
off
that
CPU
one.
0. Okay. Memory. Choose. You're probably good with 1 gig.
We just go all the way up.
Yeah.
Probably don't need that much.
No, you don't need that much because it's going to reserve everything in your system. You don't even need 6. Put like 4, if anything.
It had some minimum
All
things
right.
on here.
So machine, is that the best one it has? The Q35?
I need 2 gigabytes of RAM.
Yeah, that's minimum. Q35, is that the newest one?
I don't know. What does that mean?
Oh, I can't. When you open up the menu, I can't see the actual what's in there.
That's weird.
Like, yeah, it's weird. I
Q35 7.1 is the latest. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. You have OM. Use USB. Nope. 2.0. Yep. That's fine. You don't need the ISO. So primary vdisk location. Choose manual, and then you gotta choose. Now you browse to where you have the file.
I'm pretty sure it was here.
Yeah.
Oh no, it wasn't. It was. Well, it should be here, but it's not. Hold on a second. I will move it.
Yeah, doesn't really matter because you can move it later on if you have to. After you did that,
all right. But it doesn't have. Okay, whatever. It's there. The
No, you have
disk
to actually.
size.
You actually have to choose the file name in. Um,
Where?
Actually, no. What's under manual? Can you change what are your options there? I can't see what your options are.
Auto cache, disk 1, disk 2, disk 3, manual.
Auto
weird.
cache, disk 1, disk 2, primary V disk location. Because manual, I think, wants to create one. How do we get this again? I remember going through this. It was so long ago.
Maybe I just typed the name in.
Primary V disk location. Yeah, just type in the name. What does mine say?
Doesn't let me do it. Let's see. I gotta find the name.
There was a way to. I can't remember how I did this. 1 second here. I can't.
Mine's a QCal XZ.
Yeah.
Is it? Okay.
Oh, XZ, is that compressed? It should just
I
be
don't know.
QCal, I think. Don't you
That's
have
just how I
to?
downloaded.
Yeah, XZ is Isn't that the compression? Isn't it just the QCal is the file?
Create new virtual machine KVM. Well, that's not helpful.
Yeah, KVM is the one you want. Virtual manager provide the see the QCal2 image. I think you downloaded a compressed file. You have to decompress it.
It's right here.
Yeah,
I guess it would be.
QCal. Yeah, XZ is a compression.
XZ?
I don't
How
know.
am I supposed to do that?
Don't you have WinRAR on your computer?
Yeah, well, I mean,
Right click on it and choose extract. I don't know. What is XZ file format? I think I did it in the terminal when I downloaded. Single file compression format. Yeah, that's why you gotta extract that.
I just ran archive utility and it didn't do anything.
What's archive utility?
It's what runs here.
Don't you have WinRAR?
I don't run Windows.
Oh, what do you on Mac?
Yep.
Oh, we're in trouble now.
Oh boy.
You might have to go to a shell. XZ file format unrain. I think you could do it from the share.
New terminal at folder.
I can't remember how to do this. Can't you extract that on a Mac?
I thought it said it wanted to open it, but it never did. It's kind of looking at me now.
How to extract this on a Mac computer? I don't have a Mac.
I should say
Mac.
Mac.
It's a tar. There's a tar command. Tar command.
XZ untar, I guess.
Here. Yeah, that's the same link I'm looking at. Yeah.
I gotta install XZ. All right, so brew install XZ.
Well, they also have gzip-d. Wow, so complicated.
Yeah, this will install pretty quickly. Well, maybe. gzip-d tar x didn't work for me. Yeah, it's just the XZ utils or whatever. Outdated formulas. Downloading, installing, boom, done. Might have to start a new terminal.
You're actually in a terminal?
Yeah.
You know how to use a terminal?
Mostly.
Ooh.
That's where I went. I'm like, what am I doing? Because the graphical part doesn't work. It just gave up on me. It's removing some cache. I don't know what's taking so long here.
Yeah, but when you get that QCal2 file, you can now add it as the manual gist.
I should be able to put that in. Okay.
Yeah. That's why you weren't seeing it.
I had to download something else. Oh, it's updating everything. Oh, no, it's not.
I don't even know what you're looking at.
It's just a...
what's it like to work on a Mac?
Brew's like a package manager. So when you install something, it goes out and gets all the other junk that needs to.
Oh, yeah, that's like apt get and stuff like that.
Same thing.
Yeah. That's the one thing I hate about Linux and stuff. It's just
actually on the Mac is really well. If you install everything with Brew, then you can make a Brew file, and then when you transfer to a new Mac, you take that file and you just run a command. I don't know what it is to get it, and I have no idea what I have to look it up every time. But all the programs and everything, commanding it just all gets put in, so it's kind of nice. Wow, this little one archive utility has a lot of things to install. And maybe it's just updating everything on this computer. I don't know, but geez,
You're so out of date.
I don't think I've done anything on this in a while.
So then you set virtual boot order 1, blah 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 blah. Yeah. Once you set that, you're pretty much done.
I can take a look, make sure that what's the source path?
You don't need to fill that in.
Okay.
9P mode, manual, boot order 1, virtual, yep. Then graphics card is virtual, VNC is how we'll connect, yes, QXL. You don't need password, English, none. You have your network MAC, your network source. Will that give you
controller.
It's an ASRock LED controller. Something
That's on the motherboard.
Yeah. You won't be passing through anything anyway. Are your network source not going to work? Is that fine?
What do they have? It looks like it's a virtual bridge, and then there's a bridge. I guess I'll leave it there and see what happens.
All right. And then that you should be good once you add in the QCal file. Then you start it up with VNC, and we can see the boot up process. One day you'll get this QCal. On Windows, I would have been done by now.
I know. I'm just shocked as to all the stuff that has to get installed for this one little utility. It's here comes. I think it just updated everything, because I had 109 packages out of date. So it's everything's just getting rebuilt. Fun. At least it's a Xeon. It's chugging along. What's it doing?
I'm downloading a QCal file. I'm curious if I can get this done before you
do. Probably. I don't know. It's on P. Why is it? It's just.
I don't know what
really
you
weird.
Read. So I just downloaded the QCal file, and if I open it up in WinRAR and close. Oh, look, a QCal file. So let me extract this.
For whatever reason, I decided just to update everything that in the whole here. I'm on W's now for WX Python. Nope, there goes AWS CLI. So I guess it's not in alphabetical order. There goes curl. Really weird. I don't know why it's. Maybe it just wanted to redo the entire cache. That's really weird. OpenSSL 1.1.
So I just extracted my QCal file and I have it sitting here before you.
Yeah, I'll let you watch the terminal for a while.
I don't see a terminal. See? It's weird because I can't see certain things.
Oh, hold on. No, it was only share. I hit share screen, and then I have to pick.
Well, I got my QCal file, so told you I could do it faster than you.
I figured you could.
Synergy, I can delete. I have so much files in here.
Can't open that.
Delete. What's
this? Maybe it's this. It's all my screens. Yeah, there. That's better, I guess. As long as I don't open too much.
Oh, okay. And now it's so small.
It's doing this thing over here. Oh, yeah, because it's a.
What the hell is it doing?
It's just doing all that over there.
Installing dependencies. What'd you run on your computer?
It's the brew. It's just doing its thing.
That doesn't look good. It's device editor.
It's kind of a pain. I don't like this.
Yeah, I don't like that either.
Well, at least it gets me further than the Docker thing that wasn't breaking. So,
HomeTech waves. I don't need those anymore.
There, that's probably be better. Oh!
Is it done?
I don't know what it's doing. I think it decided to It doesn't look like. I guess it's installing everything again. I don't know why. Decided that every package needed to be updated, and I didn't upgrade my computer.
Do you have tar in the terminal or something you can at least run while it's doing this? Try running tar or whatever those other commands are.
Yeah, it said tar doesn't work though.
What were you trying to install?
The XZ utilities.
Ew.
Yeah, I don't have it. Let's see if it's installed it. Maybe. Version. XZ version. Oh yeah, XZ's running. So it just because it hasn't. All right, so XZ, and then I think decompress, and the file name was house. Boom. So I must have installed it earlier. I just didn't see it. Now it's reinstalling everything else. So just gonna let it do its image magic's reinstalling. This is crazy. I don't know what I did. But it's uncompressing right now. So let's see how long it takes.
See, on Windows, I just right click with WinRAR and I'm like, done.
Well,
So easy.
it's a 368 megabyte VM drive, and it's getting up to. So when this installs as a VM thing, how do I update it? Does it up? Do you just keep it running?
It's not it's just a VM. It's like a virtual machine. Like it updates itself and everything.
But I don't need to get the new HotOS OVA 9.4 when it comes out. Okay.
No, it's like building. It's just a Linux machine that's running
Got
there.
it.
Gavin HomeTech.
Well, it is. It's getting up to be a
It's
gig.
about a gig in size. Yeah, it's about a gig. Yeah. 416. It should be done just any second now.
It's almost there. My worry is that it's going to require me to. Yeah, there it goes. It's done. Okay, so let's try this again. See. Oh, there it is. Boom! Look at that.
Told you.
So I can hit. So boot order 1 was good. You said.
Yeah.
So
All that stuff was good. So yeah, hit create.
What pop-up block? Oh yeah, it's got to do this thing.
Max.
Boom. Oh, can you see this? Oh, it made a new window.
Yeah, I can't see the new window. So you should see now like a window, a VNC window.
Yeah. I've got
booting.
a. Let's see. I'll do this. Let's see. What is this? This is. I'll never be able to find this thing. Quimu.
That's QEMU.
There we go.
All right.
Waiting.
So yeah. So now it's technically that's the URL you access it on. The first one. 8123. You don't run anything actually in here. You don't really have to.
All right.
So that URL, the first one, the 8123. Here you can run some advanced commands, but you don't really have to play around with anything in here. So yeah, open up the 8123 URL. It should be starting up any second. It should be started up now, hopefully.
Oh, the AC. Okay. Home Assistant.local. That.
Yeah, it registers its own DNS. Yep. Well, 8123. It should have registered it.
I'm gonna say it doesn't like DNS here.
Oh, okay.
So let's go with.
I don't know what your IP address of this is either, too.
That should be it. Nope.
No, it has its own IP because it's a VM.
Oh, darn.
It's not the Docker.
So
you got to actually, in that terminal, I think you can run a command.
I already went away from it. Hold on a second.
You got to find the IP address now of that machine. Network.
Seems so easy.
Network info.
There we are. Oh, it's some weird thing.
No, 192.168.
No, that's not me.
120. That's not you? 122,
No.
129?
Mm-mm.
What's
I
your
think
home network?
It's a 10 network.
Oh, then that means your network, you have to shut it down and change your network setting then.
All right. So we'll stop the VM. We're going to edit this.
Yeah, I can see it stopping now. See it stopping. Oh, yay. The stop job's running. It's unmounting everything.
Oh, look at it go.
Stop. Oh, bam, it's done. All right, go back into
let's see.
home server.
Edit. Oh, this network has got to go. Probably this bridge network, right?
The BR0?
Yeah.
That's what mine's set to, yeah.
Probably should have done that. All right. And then update. Run. Think it's going to pick up the same thing over here? No.
No, you can just hit connect probably. You should be able to hit connect.
Yeah. It was being dumb. Hold on a second. That's gone now. This is kind of annoying, this share thing, how it like keeps going in and out. Let's see. I guess I don't have to. We have 0 viewers, so I guess I'll say goodbye, everybody. We don't need to broadcast this. See you later.
Oh, there's your IP address at the top. See it there? 10.0.1.147.